Cool, we're live. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me in today's seminar. It is our 6 p.m. session for Friday, the 6th of December, and we have two pianists here with us. So I'd like to welcome Miss Taylor to open for us. So Taylor, when you're ready, go ahead and introduce yourself and what you're performing.
I'm playing Fiesta as well.
Congrats. This is your first time performing this in seminar?
Yeah.
Yeah? How was it?
Um, it was okay.
Think it was what, sorry?
It was okay.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Well, why don't you start off by sharing with us the things that you felt went well in that performance.
Um, I was able to like fix my positioning when I messed up my left hand.
Yep, that really helps too, right? So that kept the flow moving. Cool. What else? What are some other things that you felt like, yep, this is working?
Um, I made the staccato sound different from. I worked on my staccatos better. They sound better from the last time I did them.
It's great. So you've been really focusing on getting the articulation more pronounced.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think there were a lot of good things in the performance. We'll come back to our conversation. Vihan, what are your impressions on Taylor's performance? What are some things you feel that she does well or did well in that performance?
I really liked it, and also I've played this piece before. I was never that good at it, and then I stopped playing it for a while. I liked hearing it, and it was really
Yeah. What are some things? Were there any specific things in Taylor's playing that you're like, yeah, she does that really well?
yeah. When I always played it, it was usually like pretty slow, much slower.
Okay.
I was the speed was
Yeah, the tempo, right? She handled that tempo well. Cool, excellent. Yeah, I thought Taylor, on the whole, you handled the tempo was pretty good, right? And I think you're starting to get the feeling for the character of the piece. You can now, so let's say that right now you're playing at about 60%, right? You can definitely up it the other 40, all right, with your dynamics and also with the articulation. So when you have these accents, really bring them out because it's an offbeat, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, right? That's the first thing. There are a couple of times where I felt that you were speeding up through some of these measures, so we didn't quite get the full measure. You weren't holding notes down for their full value. Did you know that?
Yeah,
Like
I
it
left
was it
my hand,
wasn't
and then like I dropped my finger, and I was like, oh, that's too fast.
Yeah, right. So just be aware of that. I don't. It might be a hand positioning thing, or maybe you're not quite feeling the pulse. I'm not quite sure at this point, but I would say slow it down just a wee bit so that your hands know exactly where to be placed. And then work with the metronome so that you're always locking into a beat and you're playing every note for its full value. Yeah. Third thing, there's a lot of detail, eh? Look at these hairpins. Bring all that stuff out because it just makes it sound more festive. I think you're doing a little bit of it, but once again, you can enhance it. Yeah. The fortissimo, like really bring out these accents and hands to get. It should have a lot more energy. And notice it's fortissimo the whole way. He doesn't even die. Away, just stay. Like keep your energy up high, and then this is, I can imagine this is where the whole band comes in with the castanets and the shakers and the guitars and maybe some singers. Dancers start entering the room, right?
Yeah.
Is there a dancer? What do you reckon?
Maybe.
Maybe, right? Yeah. So sometimes I do play around with visuals to help guide the sections of a piece of music. Rather than just me on stage, I imagine that I'm working with a whole group, right? Because you will eventually work with groups of people, and you'll have to be able to imagine, excuse me, where you're placed, where the music is building toward, the areas that are really emotional and quiet, or the areas that are meant to be really festive and big. So just map out the different sections of the piece. But listen back to this recording because you'll get a lot from it. Figure out how to move forward. Yeah. Well done. Yeah, good stuff. Vihan, stage is yours. If you've got a camera, go ahead and turn it on. Hello. All right. Go ahead and introduce yourself and your piece.
My name is
Like a professional, huh? You owned that. That was great. What did you think?
Like,
Sorry, speak up, Vihan. You were cutting out.
I need to work on the dynamics of it because I like there's a mezzo piano in the like the second part. So that was mezzo piano, but I started pretty loud. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's really all that needs to be fixed now. That there and balance. You know what I mean by balance? Balance is our awareness of which hand is playing the melody.
Oh.
So if the right hand is playing the melody, you want the left hand to be a more supportive role. It can't be playing with the same power. Otherwise, like, who's in power? Who's in charge? Right? Or, yeah, right, yeah? You'll hear it. You hear this recording back. And you be the judge, and you be the judge and ask yourself, does the left hand need to be that loud? Or that jumpy? I mean, the jumpy is fine, but balance is always thinking about who's in the lead. Right?
The only problem like the notes that I see is like I feel like
Or does the volume not but the dynamics change though on the piano, right?
only for the bass C, just for that one. Just for that.
Ah, so that one there, you can't make that quiet at all.
I can't.
Ah, oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay, cool. Well, as long as you're aware. So when you play another, if you play another piano or another keyboard, just bear that in mind, yeah? Taylor, you want to offer some thoughts to Vihan? What are your thoughts on his performance?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Like the rhythm and the tempo was really good, and like I could tell, like he played it, like the rhythm was consistent.
Yeah, so you felt that the rhythm was quite clear?
Yeah,
Yeah. And it's and like with a lot of these rags, they have that swing feel to it, right? Dun da dun da 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 da. Cool. Was there anything else that popped out about his playing that you felt he does really well?
the dynamics. Like you could tell the volume changing.
The what? Sorry.
The volume is changing, like mezzo, forte, forte.
Okay. Do you think that he could do more of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So how would he practice dynamics? What would you suggest to him?
Um.
Or maybe better question, how do you practice dynamics?
I kind of just, if it's just in like the forte or like the mezzo forte and forte range, I kind of like exaggerate it and make mezzo forte kind of quieter and then like the forte forte even louder than it's supposed to be to like exaggerate it more.
Yeah. See, so you do know. That's good. Yeah. So that's one way we can do it, right, Vian? We can exaggerate the dynamics. So often what we play and what is actually coming out of the keyboard are two different things. Because in our head we're like, yeah, I've got my dynamics, and then you listen back, there were no dynamics. All right. Yeah. So what Taylor's trying to say is that if you exaggerate it, then that gives that then you really know. You really know, okay, this part is I'm actually making it loud. And then this part here is really soft. I think in general we're pretty good at playing loud, but it's the quiet stuff that we don't do so well on. That's like all pianists, so we really got to work at that. The best way to practice dynamics as well is to really listen. Really, don't just do it, but just really hear. And like ask yourself, am I playing quiet enough? And if not, right, just a little less weight into the keys. It doesn't need to be so heavy, right? Because dynamics is created by speed. The faster that you approach a key, the louder it's going to be, right? If you do it, it's like a clap. You go boom really fast, it's going to be a loud sound. Yeah. If you want a quiet clap, you move the hands together slow. Right? Yeah. See. So watch the video back. Watch actually how quickly your hands are hitting the keys, and how you can adjust that so that you can have more contrast in your dynamics. Cool. Excellent, Vihan. Excellent, Taylor. That is the end of our session. Please watch the video back so that you can make your own assessment. And have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you guys again next week, okay?
Thank you, you too.
Thank you, Taylor. Bye, Vihan. See ya.